It is really, really easy to sit behind a screen and type into a comment section or a Reddit board or whatever and just say whatever the heck you want about anything. And so today I am starting a new series called Nintendo Comments, and I'm going to look at the comments on different Nintendo related videos and just go through them all and say, hey, this is what this person is saying, and I give my input on it and just give you a little bit of insight into both the ridiculousness and the wholesomeness of Nintendo comment sections. Now, the new video that we're going to be looking at today is Mario and Luigi Brothership, Making Memories in Concordia. It released on October 1st and was one of the latest trailers for the Mario and Luigi Brothership game, which is coming out in November. And I just wanted to show off how insane some of these comments are. So, before we get into that, make sure you like and subscribe to today's video. Let me know if you want to see more videos in this series that I am hopefully going to actually turn into a real series if people actually want to watch more of this type of content. So just let me know down below in the comments section, and without further ado, let's get going. So most people are actually really excited for this, which they should be, because this is the first new Mario and Luigi game in almost 10 years, and so this game is going to be amazing. I'm sure about it, and a lot of people have been talking about how insanely hyped they are for it and how they just can't wait to buy it. And today I'm going to highlight a lot of crazy comments, so please don't get bogged down in the negativity in some of these different comments here, but just remember that people actually do care and are going to buy this at the millions. So this first one here is absolutely insane. I don't really know what he's trying to say here, but let's get into it. I didn't want to get to this point. I just wanted to know what it was that affected my friend so much, and in the end, I became like her. I never wanted to be a hater like someone was, and I'm regretting everything I've been saying these past few weeks. So, to the Nintendo fans, I apologize, but that doesn't mean I'm going to give a chance to either the game or the kid who's ruining Charles Martinet's work, because I still hate. I guess I can only take refuge in memories when Charles Martinet was with us. I apologize to you. Goodbye. What? Well, this is insane. So first of all, Charles Martinet isn't dead. I hope this dude knows that, and I hope you guys know that. Charles Martinet is not dead. In fact, he still works for Nintendo as an ambassador, and he goes to all of these different cons and events and signs autographs and is just an overall really cool guy who is still involved. He's just not actively doing voice acting work anymore for Nintendo. And Kevin Afghani, the voice actor who has taken over for Mario and Luigi, and, you know, just all the characters that Charles Martinet had voiced in the past, he's doing a phenomenal job. In fact, there's a video on Twitter that I'm about to put up right now that shows off Mario's voice, Luigi's voice, Wario and Waluigi's, and they're all voiced by Kevin Afghani. And you cannot tell me, I mean, yes, there are tiny, minuscule differences, but unless you're literally specifically looking for it and listening for it, I can't imagine how anyone would even think that it sounds bad. So listen to this and tell me if you think this is bad.
Let's do this. Let's go. It's me. Let's go. Luigi. Oh yeah. Wario. Baby.
It sounds like the exact same. Like, no, there are differences, sure, especially with Wario, you can hear just a little bit, but with Luigi especially, like, it sounds just like Charles Martinet. Yes, Martinet pioneered the voice, and I am so happy that he is getting the love that he deserves, but this is too far. Okay, but also, going back to the start of this comment, I am so confused. Like, this is written like we're all supposed to know what the heck the backstory is for this commenter. The part where it's like, oh, I didn't want it to get to this point. I never wanted to be a hater like this one person is, and it affected my friend so much I became like her. Like, what? Who are we talking about here? I want to know more, so please reach out, comment, tell us what are you talking about here? Okay, this next one was really funny to me just because it was so confusing. He goes, "We're gonna make so much money, Moneybag." Now I understand when people are like, oh, you know, I love a company so much, and I start referring to it as like we. It's the same for like a sports team. If you're a fan of this one team, it's like, oh, you know, the Pittsburgh Steelers, like, we are going to win this weekend. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And you do like this we thing because you're so invested in that, you know, organization or company or whatever. And so I think this is probably what this dude's getting at, but I just thought it was so funny reading this because I was like, wow, it'd be hilarious if this was actually a Nintendo employee and he's just commenting like, oh man, we're going to make so much money on this game, y'all. So that got my attention. All right, next one here, it says Sega, Shadow X Sonic Generations, DC Collab, Sonic Movie 3, Lego Sonic Wave 2, Nintendo, Brothership, ... and Princess Peach Showtime. So I think the point of this comment is trying to say, oh my gosh, Sega, they're putting out so many amazing pieces of content for us to enjoy and buy, and Nintendo, they're not doing anything this year. But I hate to tell you, Kingston George, but Nintendo's actually put out a lot of first-party games this year. They put out Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door remake, Princess Peach Showtime like you mentioned. They're going to have Mario and Luigi Brothership. They're going to have Mario Party Jamboree just coming around the corner. They just released a brand new 2D style of Zelda game, which we haven't had in over 10 years. Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and we're going to have Brothership, as you said in this comment. So I don't know if you're just trying to say, oh, Sega's better, or what's going on here, but hey, I hope you're enjoying all the Sega content, because yeah, they've been cooking lately. Next one says, please add game over plus game over screen. And I am also confused about this. Maybe they're considering how with Mario Odyssey, the whole life system is no longer a thing, and the coins are the only thing you lose when you die, and there technically is no game over screen. But I don't know why anyone would want to go back to less time playing the actual game and more time looking at a screen that serves you nothing. But maybe the Mario and Luigi series, I haven't played in such a long time. Maybe they took out the game over screen from that. I can't remember if there's one in Mario Wonder either. Maybe they took it out of that too, in which case, you know, I feel like you probably don't need a game over screen. Just get you back into the game. There's really no point in having lives in general, but hey, this is a comment that wants game overs back, so hey. But the interesting thing about that is that it's a very arcade style thing to do, to be like game over. That's the reason game overs have ever been in video games, period, because back in the day, the only access to arcade games you had was putting in money into it. And obviously they wanted you to play that game more because they wanted you to give them more money. So the only way to keep you playing without losing money was to make you die and give you a game over screen. And every time you saw the game over screen, you'd put more money into it and you keep playing. But now that we have games where we pay for them up front and then they are ours, unless you buy them digitally, which is a whole nother thing. But unless, I mean, you bought the game, so if you die, I don't understand why you would want to see a game over screen unless you just wanted to see the creativity they put into that. But I personally would rather get back into the game as quickly as possible. So I'm not sure the critique here, but hey, I'm sure she's onto something. Oh, this one's a doozy. Okay, here we go. Who asked for this game? Mario and Luigi should stay dead. I will destroy it and all fandoms and rule Ohio with MJ Unlimited Ohio Riskibity it up. Better than all allegations of Mario and Luigi coming back. What in the world? This comment absolutely destroyed me when I read it. Because at first he's trying to say like he hates Mario and Luigi. The series should stay dead. Then he's like, he is going to go to Tokyo and he's going to destroy it personally. Then he just goes into all this crazy stuff at the end. I'm not going to entertain this comment any longer. I just thought it was hilarious and I wanted you to experience it as well. Okay, this next one says, hey, cool. Another game to emulate and upload for thousands to steal from you. So here's the thing, right? Emulation is technically legal, but piracy is not. And that is a case of you are taking a game and you are illegally stripping it of its parts and putting it online. That is not okay for you to then get that offline and play it for yourself because you didn't buy it and it's not yours and it's not that person's to sell. So I don't know, there's a whole lot of emulation piracy comments down here and people talking about the recent emulation lawsuit that's going on, because there's always a lawsuit with Nintendo just because they are super protective of their IPs and they don't want people to take their games and make something crazy out of it and put content into it that they don't approve of, which on a surface level really does make sense. Like, you don't want a game where Mario is literally killing thousands of people or whatever with guns. And like, I get that. I understand that. But they take it really, really far because a lot of these people are just big fans of the company and they want to make more Mario content for people to enjoy in between the actual official games. Most of the time, these people aren't selling these games for any sort of money. So it does seem a little scummy for them to want to crack down so hard on it. But at the same time, I understand. They're just protecting their IP. They don't want the brand that they have upheld for so long to be tarnished by these people who are making games out of this that they probably wouldn't have ever made themselves. So that is something to think about here. But I do think it's interesting that people are so proud to be like, I'm doing something illegal, I'm sticking it to the man, when Nintendo is probably one of the best video game companies in terms of morals. in terms of consumer, practices and AI and all of that stuff. And in fact, Miyamoto just came out the other day and said, like, no, we're going to create our own things from our brains and not use AI to help create content instead of all of these other companies who are like, yes, AI is the future. We're going to do all of this horrible stuff where we're going to take away the creativity of all these people and AI. And to an extent, I think that is overblown. I think AI is an incredibly useful tool that I use all the time in everyday life where I'm like, hey, I need an idea for something, and I don't directly steal from it, but I do use it as a resource. And I think if people use it more as a resource rather than just as like a taboo, or they completely rely on it, it's a lot of extremes here. If we do anything in extreme, it's obviously not going to be the best, but moderation is key. Wow, that was a tangent. I could probably do a whole video on the topic of AI. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. Wait a minute, this is the same person from earlier. I didn't even realize that until now. Okay, this person says, okay, I think that given my behavior, I'd better not look at the Nintendo channel, at least until the hype of the game has worn off. What happened? I thought you were so upset that you weren't going to buy this, that you didn't want to be like her. What happened to being upset about Charles Martinet? Now I just swear I didn't even realize until right now that this was the exact same person. I just clipped these from the from the comment section. This person is crazy. This is some bipolar activity here. Hey, I'm excited for this game too. I hope you buy it and I hope you enjoy it. But what's going on with you, bud? We're concerned about you. Okay, this next one leads into a couple of different ones here, but I saw so many comments of people being like, oh, Peach, man, And this comment, it says, Peach looking good. And 21 people liked it. Why did 21 people see that comment and were like, you know what? Peach did look good. Like, what is wrong with people? Get your heads out of the gutter, man. And then the next one that kind of riffs off of this one was just so weird. It says, does Bowser still love Peach? I want to see her kidnapped again. It's been so long. And then I saw that there was one reply, and I was like, what is the reply? What person came in here and called this dude out for being weird? And the comment says, from Twix Chocolate, for real. For real. Why? What is going on? Why do we want to see... Why are we so concerned about Bowser's emotions for Peach and wanting to see him literally kidnap her again for the millionth time? And why is that such a fan favorite? Why? It is weird, and I am uncomfortable about it, and we're gonna move the heck on. Oh boy, okay, this one's a doozy. So y'all get your snacks, because I got stuff to say about this one. All right, Peach Girl 1366 says, Fangirl squeal. OMG, all of the new characters look totally sweet. I can't wait to meet them when the game is released. I still need to get and play Paper Jam, Super Saga, plus Bowser's Minions, and Bowser Inside Story, plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. But after I finish them, I'm definitely going to get Brothership. I just hope that Starlo will appear in it. I'm so hyped for this game's release, as well as Super Mario Party Jamboree and Donkey Kong Returns HD. I also really hope that Nintendo will someday make new Super Mario Bros. 3, a remake of and a sequel to Super Princess Peach, remakes of Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, Super Mario Galaxy 3, Mario Kart 9, remakes of the first Paper Mario, and Mario and Luigi's Partner in Time, a Switch port of Paper Mario Color Splash, a brand new Mario vs. Donkey Kong game, a brand new Donkey Kong Country game, a new Mario Baseball game, and a remake of and a sequel to Mario Sports Mix. I came up with some totally sweet ideas for them, and I hope that all of you in Nintendo will love them all just as much as I do. I can't wait for Mario and Luigi Brothership to be released. Yay! Whew! My gosh, what in the world just happened there? Okay, so my first thought was, this has to be AI. This has to be AI. But then I was like, no, what if this is actually... I think this is probably someone who's just genuinely so excited for these games. And it just spiraled. Like, holy crap. You know what? This is wholesome. We gotta... Hey, everybody, clap it up. Clap it up. We got a wholesome comment here, everybody. Because this girl... Or it says Fangirl Squeal, so I'm going to assume it's a girl. This girl, she is hyped. She is hyped for Nintendo, and... You know, I was a little confused because she was talking about remakes, but then she also said Mario Galaxy 3, Mario Kart 9, like games that have not only do not exist, but have not ever been confirmed to exist and probably won't ever exist. But, yeah, this is some Nintendo love right here, and I hope that, you know, one day I can feel even a portion of this wholesomeness and this excitement for Nintendo, because it started off like, this is a comment on a video about Mario and Luigi Brothership. It started off with Mario and Luigi hype, and here we are. It just kind of, I don't want to say devolved, because it's not like it's bad, but it it spiraled out of control. And I honestly, it's the emojis at the end. It's the 30 emojis at the end that make me kind of wonder if it's fake. But I do know that there are people out there who do be typing like this and talk like this. So hey, more power to you, Peach fangirl there. I hope you get what you want. This is crazy and this is awesome. Okay, next one says, looks like I'll be playing PS5 Pro instead on this day. Haha. I added the laugh. But Solution Zero, I believe that the PS5 Pro is a very, very bad deal for all consumers, except for people who just have endless money to spend and really want the top of the line graphics. Which, hey, if you like, if it was affordable, I'd be all over this. If this was like the same price as the PlayStation, and then they decreased the price of the original PlayStation 5, then cool. I would be so on that. Like, that's cool that they would give you options to have more power, but that's all it does. It gives you a little bit more power. It doesn't give you a stand to actually put the thing on. It doesn't come with all these features. It's not physical compatible. If you have physical PS5 games, you're simply out of luck. So there are a lot of problems that I have personally with the PS5 Pro, even though like I would love to have it if it weren't so expensive. If it literally was $200 to $300 cheaper, this would not be a problem. It's literally just the price. So I'm not gonna hate on you for getting it, but I do find it interesting that you have to go to a comment section of a Nintendo video and comment this to make yourself feel better. That does make me a little bit wary about your own personal health, but hey, keep going, man. And it is interesting how Mario & Luigi Brothership is coming out on the same day as PS5 Pro. And it would be hilarious if Mario & Luigi were to outsell it. So I will definitely be paying attention to those numbers. Next one says, Toad spotted, game ruined. Then another commenter says, what's wrong with Toad? And yeah, come on, Luthen Williams, what's wrong with Toad? I don't understand. Is Toad the metric for your game systems on, you know, oh, is this going to be a good game? Is it going to be a bad game? Well, if it has Toad, a lot of people talk about Zelda and how every person, if you ask every person who is a Zelda fan what their favorite part about Zelda is, you'll get a different answer. Like, oh, it's the dungeons, it's the level design, it's blah, blah, blah. It's the bosses, you know. This person, it's Toad. Does the game have Toad in it? It's a terrible game. Game ruined. We're done. We're up. Pack it up. Toad's there. He's done. I find it interesting. And hey, if that's your thing, then that's your thing. But I don't understand the Toad hate, man. I guess you don't like a lot of Mario games or a lot of Nintendo games. Okay, this one is really good. It says, remember how the Superstar Saga remake couldn't even have Toads with slightly different colors and body shapes like the original? And now, we've got all this unrestrained wackiness in the Mario world again. We're so back. And yes, we are so back. We've gotten to the point where a lot of people now know this, but with the Paper Mario director, Kensuke Tanabe, I believe his name is, he talked about how they literally just couldn't touch original characters pre-existing characters like Toads and make them different, like the Toadstool guy or any other different variations of these characters. Like, they weren't allowed to do that. It was just creative limitations because Nintendo was too obsessed with protecting their IPs, kind of like the emulation talk that we had earlier. But it was just really unfortunate because it limited all of these games, and especially with Origami King, like there were a lot of original characters that they used out of Origami, but you could just see that they were trying so hard to be creative with these limitations that were put on them, and they just weren't as creative as they could have been because of those limitations. And now to see those removed, to see them make such a big 180 to remake Super Mario RPG, to remake The Thousand Year Door, it's just amazing how far that we've come. And don't forget that, y'all. I mean, don't forget how Nintendo has changed so much and grown so much in this generation. It's one of the best parts of it. And yes, like particularly with YouTubers, they have been cracking down recently on people who will use different music and IPs and stuff in their videos. But in the past, to be a YouTuber talking about Nintendo, you had to be a part of Nintendo's personal partner program, and they took money from you for making videos on top of YouTube taking the money from you and the revenue. So basically, you weren't making hardly any money, and you weren't allowed to say specific things. And now they took that whole process away during the Switch generation, and they've eased up on so many different things. And they do have a lot of ways to go because like of the tournament scene that they have completely destroyed, and the Smash Brothers scene, which is understandable. I mean, it goes both ways, right? You have to be decent human beings representing a certain company. So I get it to an extent, but at the same time, they just are really strict. It's just really cool to see how far that they've come. And I hope that people don't recognize just the bad parts of Nintendo, because there are plenty, and every company will have bad parts. But they've done so many good things, and that's why I think they're one of the best in the industry, and they just make good quality games. Whew, well, that was certainly a lot of variety, and I hope y'all learned a little bit of something about how Nintendo fans think and how people who go into the comment sections hide behind their little screens and they say whatever the heck they want to say with no consequences at all, because guess what? The internet has made people not care and not take responsibility for themselves. But we also saw the wholesome side of things, and I hope to keep this going as a series someday. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments section below if you want this to be a continued series of Nintendo comments. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's content. I appreciate all the insane support you've given me these past couple of weeks. It's all thanks to you, and I don't ever want to forget that or let you forget that either. Memberships are now a new thing on my channel. Consider joining for early access to videos and content and all that stuff. And every other social media junk and garbage is down in the description as well. I appreciate y'all so much. This has been Ray's Nintendo Talk. I have been Ray, and I will see y'all in the next video. Have a great day, y'all.